Cool, very cool.
One but not forgotten. Welcome to Mental Breakdown.
Holy shit. Fucking 0 to 100. You sure you don't want to start that over?
No, I'm good.
All right.
Are you implying that we have to start it over?
No, we're fine.
Great.
All right. I need you
breakdown.
to break down the excuse me. I need you to break down the Peanuts.
The Peanuts?
Yeah, by Chuck Schultz.
Right. So back in the actually early to mid 1960s, there was a man named
days.
Charles Schultz, good old Chuck, as they called him formerly.
Formerly? Damn, that was good.
He was this hippie guy who put himself through not clown college, like artist college.
Isn't that just college?
Potentially. In order to become a famous cartoonist. He's kind of like John Arbuckle in that sense. Except he does become a famous cartoonist.
Except he doesn't eat lasagna.
He creates this story about a kid named Charlie Brown. And Charlie Brown is a very unlucky individual. His life is constantly torment in a way that is only relatable to adults. Or primarily relatable to adults.
Right.
And that's the joke, is that they're all kids and their interests are in adult things. Like, at one point during the Christmas special, someone asks, I believe, Lucy what she wants for Christmas, and she says real estate. And that's supposed to be funny to the kids who don't know what is real estate other than something grown-ups talk about. And also funny to grown-ups who understand why it's stupid for a child to talk about real estate.
Right. Isn't that absurd?
Oh wow, that's nuts.
Peanuts, you might say.
Peanuts. Except he didn't have the realization of what to call it quite yet.
Yes.
During this stage of its development, before like the animated specials, it was just called Little Fellas. During its first couple like months of syndication, it was just Little Fellas, and everyone fell so in love with these little fellas that there was a little movement to hashtag bring Peanuts back. That's not what they called it because it was the mid 70s.
Hashtag bring little fellas back.
Or bring little fellas back. We don't.
Where'd they
peanuts,
go?
We're allergic to peanuts. Where'd the little fellas go?
Wait, when did they go? I'm confused.
What do you mean?
You said to bring them back. Where did they go?
Yeah, well, because Charles Schultz changed the name from Little Fellas to Peanuts.
Right.
And they want the name to be Little Fellas, but that movement fell to the ground.
Right.
And was never revived.
Now he's called.
Me now.
Now it's called Chuck's, or no, now it's called Sneed's Feed and Seed.
Yeah, it's
formerly Chuck's.
Correct. Way to go.
Way to go,
Chuck Schultz. I hope you're happy. Way to go.
He's dead.
I want you to break down Jordan B. Peterson.
Jordan B. Peterson is a psychologist. What? Go ahead.
Nothing. Go on.
No. What's so fucking important that you have to talk over me?
It's nothing. I'm not.
It's nothing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In that case, shut your fucking mouth. Anyway,
Yeah.
Jordan B. Peterson is a man who teaches.
So as I was saying.
Jordan B. Peterson is a man who teaches, he used to teach... Wait, I don't know what the term, what is it fucking... Oh, man. What the fuck is it called?
Tenure?
Yeah, tenure. I don't know what the fuck tenure means. But he's no longer tenured at Toronto University. Which is in
tenure
Canada.
just means you can't get fired, and you're not salaried, you just get money from the college.
Right.
It's a step above salary, basically.
Right. He was a formerly tenured professor, recently non-tenured, at Toronto University or college or whatever. I don't know. I don't live in Canada. He was a professor of psychology, a doctor of psychology, excuse me. He essentially teaches a form of neo-stoicism, where it's taking responsibility, keeping a stiff upper lip, traditional English Canadian values, stiff upper lip, British
Anglo,
stoicism.
You might say. Do your room, clean your balls.
Yeah, wash your balls, wash your foreskin, all that.
Right.
He is world renowned for being a right wing neo-Nazi white supremacist, despite the fact he is neither right wing nor a neo-Nazi nor a white supremacist. He just teaches people to take responsibility for their actions, and that requires having a work ethic. And work ethic is very scary to people who are lazy or, journalists. So, people eat up that whole right-wing scary man thing. God forbid somebody, takes responsibility for their actions. He's also known for Hale lobster, because there was a study, I don't remember when, but not too long ago, where the posture of lobsters, like their literal posture, like spinal posture, determines like how well they mate or something, or like how
and like how socially
where they are on the social hierarchy.
They are.
So yeah,
the dominance hierarchy.
Yeah, the dominance hierarchy. Excuse
specifically,
me, in his words.
That's like the first chapter of his book, I think. Is like
no, I don't think so.
The red lobsters are inferior because they don't have enough melanin in their
no,
skin.
Stop. Lobsters aren't red; they're fucking brown.
Yeah.
Stop.
Whatever.
But yeah. So he teaches people, like as the basic thing. If you're gonna do nothing else, stand up straight, walk tall, stiff upper lip.
Yeah.
For the kids.
For what?
For the kid, Yeah, you see little Timmy slack-jawed over there, fucking slack-jawed, leaning over, fucking, what's the fucking, Nostradamus? What's the name of the fucking hunchback?
of Notre Dame? Notre Dame?
Yeah, what's the hunchback? Fucking Quasimodo.
Giuseppe.
No, that's Giuseppe. It's Quasimodo.
I'm thinking of the hunchback of the Vatican, excuse me.
Is the Pope's name Giuseppe?
No.
What's his fucking name?
Is Francis. What do you mean? He's Frank.
Francis. What the fuck?
He's
Let me be Frank for a second. I need you to break down John McAfee.
What about him?
Break him down. What's he been up to?
John McAfee, or McAfee, as Dick says, was a big Richmond, a computer scientist,
rest in power,
and like a criminal renegade. Who killed people, lots of them, killed people's dogs and then killed them for killing his dog or something weird like that.
They killed his first. So he killed them.
And because he made some questionable decisions in his past, i.e. not ever paying any taxes, he had to leave the United States so he could tour South America.
Based. And
while he toured South America, he did even more crimes.
As you do. When in Rome, as they say.
Prostitute wife. Based.
I suppose, yeah. Also when in Rome.
Also, at some point, claims to have fucked a blue whale. And the way he says that he proves this, and that it was consensual, is that you can't have sex with a blue whale if it doesn't want you to, because it's so much bigger than you, is what he says. Right. So I believe him.
Right. You're missing out the whole what his original claim to fame is.
Yeah, I'm circling around. Come on.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm giving him a little Smallville before I get to Man of Steel.
Yeah?
So, John McAfee created McAfee Antivirus, an antivirus software that I used to sell at Staples. It exists to give people the most sense of security for the least amount of effort that the program is actually doing.
Right.
A lot of setting up an antivirus is getting the native antivirus, especially on Windows, to let you install it, because I don't know, Windows Defender knows that you're paying money for some fuck shit.
Well, yeah, because they don't want you to have antivirus.
Yeah, they want you to have viruses.
Well, no, they don't want you to have viruses. They want you to get the Microsoft, the actual, not the Windows Defender, but the upgraded version.
Yeah. And they want you to have viruses because it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
You get a virus.
Next time I download Bonsai Buddy from the fucking Chinese People's Republic of China, I'm gonna laugh and smile to Xi Jinping and say hello.
Fucking hell.
How you doing?
Oh,
it's me again.
Howdy ho. Howdy ho, neighborino. I want you to break down.
Yeah.
WWE.
So, a long time ago, there was an organization called the WWF. It's called the World Wrestling Federation. it was never, well, okay. Even before that, there was wrestling, like normal wrestling, where sweaty dudes in singlets toss each other around on a canvas mat.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, everybody.
That's my shit.
Bunch of dudes.
I love sweaty, fat-looking men.
Yeah, they all jerk off in the fucking
cuddling
stands.
on a fucking
aggressively
mat for
cuddling
20
on the
minutes.
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Just
that.
cuddling with constipation faces.
Yeah,
It's great.
Well, they wouldn't have. Okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, just like imagine a couple of Joe Rogans just wrestling on the ground half naked. All right, now stop imagining it because Joe Rogan's a really wrinkly old dude.
Yeah.
But he's buff though, so it's good enough. But he does have little spindly legs. Anyway, never mind.
Yeah, he skips leg day.
Oh, he definitely skips leg day. You seen the fucking guy?
Yes.
All upper body.
Based though.
Yeah, he's like what, 4'3",
He's 5'1". I hear.
5'1", 500 pounds.
500 pounds of pure muscle. He's the anti-Ralph.
Right. Anyway, the anti-Ralph. Anyway, okay.
He's
okay.
in fucking Portugal, by the way, Ralph.
Yeah.
He's
Did I
Portugal.
say break down Mr. Ethan Ralph?
Not yet.
No.
I assume you will do it at some point.
Perhaps. Now, excuse me. I'm the governor of New York. I'm asking you to please refrain from interrupting me. Right. Thank you, Mr. Cuomo. Now, as I was saying, the wrestling. There was a couple sweaty guys tossing their salads around on a fucking mat in the middle of a fucking, like, it's like, imagine Fight Club, like, when it's just like Tyler Durden and Edward Norton's character, and like the couple of weirdos they saw, like the weirdos who saw him beating himself up in the parking lot, like those guys.
Yes.
Like it was just small. It was that, and then gradually it grew up and became more and more and more popular. You had more people in Fight Club, and eventually people had to leave Fight Club because there's too many people. So then Project Mayhem started, and imagine like WWF being Project Mayhem in Fight Club, where it's a conglomerate of a bunch of really tough dudes wrestling and doing it for money, minus the whole like shooting fucking cops and blowing up banks and shit. Minus the domestic terrorism, I guess.
Yeah, minus the.
Yeah, minus the coolest part of Project Mayhem.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Anyway, so from there, there goes my heater. But from there, it grew up, and it was a quite public event. Everybody loved watching The Undertaker beating up sweaty young men. It was fun.
Also, I need to add
And
that they're
Andre
all in,
the-
like, stupid outfits.
Yeah, they always
They're
were
all in,
stupid, like
stupid
fringe
costumes.
and singlets, and then
Lots
they had.
they're all reflective.
Then along comes this one guy in the WWF called Eric Andre the Giant. He's huge. Like, I think he came from like fucking like Romania, and he's like fucking gigantic, fucking hugest dude you ever fucking seen. His hand was the size of like the moon, but way smaller. All right, like he's huge, dude, huge.
Right.
And then so he's huge. He's wrestling all these dudes, and at this point, it becomes very apparent that this might not be the most realistic thing in the world, because you have these giant dudes fighting these little dudes, and the little dudes are still able to win, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, given that these giant dudes are Eric Andre the Giant. So, there's no way, like, but there's still a little bit of plausible deniability. You could be like, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe just the spirit of the fight. He's a tough guy.
Yeah.
Tough guy took him out.
Something.
But then along comes this guy. I forgot his name. It's not Macho Man Randy Savage, it's the other one.
It's Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
No, the other one that looks like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan. He picks up Eric Andre the Giant, who at this point, I think he's like 500 pounds.
5 foot.
8'1".
No, I know.
Like 8'1", 500 pounds. Picks him up and like knee drops him, and that like obliterates his spine. By the way, not Eric Andre's spine, but Hulk Hogan's spine. He like slips
Hogan.
2 discs, fucking fractures his vertebrae, fucking his penis turns inside out. It's bad, dude. It's bad.
What?
Yeah, it's bad.
What do you mean his penis turned inside out?
Penis turned inside out. Anyway, so anyway, he takes a break for a while, but like sooner or later, this has become like an international movement. It becomes the WWE, And the E stands for I forgot.
Entertainment.
Is
World
it
Wrestling Entertainment?
No, like Enterprise or something? I don't know. I don't watch wrestling. But anyway, it's a bunch of sweaty dancers playing in the
World Wrestling Entertainment Inc.
Okay. Anyway, there's a bunch of sweaty dudes prancing around in a ring. The ring is now clearly like a bouncy canvas where they can like springboard off of it. There's no risk of injury. It's all really poorly acted. It's quite amusing to actually watch because it's like a soap opera where like you look at it for like you see your mom watching like Days of Our Lives and you see like the guy has like glowing Satan eyes.
Have you seen your mom watching the Days of Our Lives?
Perhaps. Yeah, then the dude has like glowing Satan eyes and you're like, and then you just kind of walk away. But like you get a little giggle out of it because like that's absurd.
Like it's in the moment, it has like it's so poorly acted and there's like weird plot points.
Yes.
That it just seems so dumb and cartoonish all the time.
Yes, but it's amusing.
Like those telenovelas.
But you see these packed crowds at these, or at least you used to see packed crowds. I don't know if they still do it. But there are these packed crowds in these WWE stadiums, wherever the fuck whatever planet these are on. You see,
I think it's the same planet that the Gathering of the Juggalos takes place on, aka the fucking Midwest, like Kansas.
Right, yeah. This is
like Iowa.
The famous planet Iowa, where Slipknot and fucking Insane Clown Posse hang out.
Yeah, brought to you by Wyoming Mild Wings.
Yeah, Wyoming Mild Wings, serve them up. Anyway, what was I saying? Right, yeah, so, like, there's not a whole lot to it. Like, you see these packed crowds, and I question whether or not it's, like, a bunch of moving cardboard pictures. Because, like, who is watching this? Like, I get the same feeling about, like, fucking monster truck rallies.
No,
like,
people are invested in this shit.
I know, because, like, there are people crying in, like, that one video where he's like, it's real to me! Even though it's not. Like, it's not real. It's very clearly not real. It's like a soap opera. It
doesn't take any pains to make it seem real.
Yeah, it's like a soap opera for well, I guess they'd be 50-year-olds now. A soap opera for 50-year-old dudes who have like goatees and also look like a juggalo without makeup on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guys that wear like sports jerseys despite the fact they're fat.
No, yeah, or like tap out merch.
Yeah, tap out merch.
MMA people are different.
Well, yeah, because
like
MMA people tend to care a little bit more, like to the point where they'll like actually work out themselves, maybe.
Potentially.
Yeah. But like they're usually a little bit more invested, a little bit smarter, because it's a little bit more skill required in that. Whereas WWE is prancing around like a fairy.
Yeah, true. No, I'm just glad. Like, I never like got too much into any kind of martial arts. I just remember watching MMA a lot as a kid, and like my brother and I would watch that and just beat the shit out of each other.
Absolutely based. That's the best thing you can teach a kid.
Yeah, is how to beat the shit out of each other and be fine afterwards. Yeah.
Now I don't know how many of these did we do? Did we do enough? Did we do 2, 4?
Well, I think it's my turn to break something down.
All right, I think this will be the last one then for this. I think.
Correct.
All right,
I need 18 minutes in.
I need you to explain, or excuse me, I need you to break down. I need you to break down the Democratic National Convention.
The Democratic National Convention, also known as the DNC,
yes,
is an organization of people owned by Jeffrey Epstein, rest in peace.
Rest in power.
Rest in pedo, because he's like dead and gross.
Rest in power.
But he was the one who was in charge of it for the longest time. Now I think it's passed to
Michael Bloomberg. The Rothschilds.
Amy Kombucha, or whatever her name was.
Amy Kombucha.
Amy Kombucha. It's her. But it's from what I understand, it's the company that decides which of the Democratic candidates will get all of the funding for any given race.
Yes.
And during both 2016 and 2020, they just fucked Bernie out of it.
Man.
Not that Bernie would have been like good or
I don't know. Based. I feel like we wouldn't be as miserable as we are today if we had Bernie, even though I'm not a particular fan of his brand of do nothing socialism.
Well, of course, I'm not in
talk about being a socialist but not be a socialist.
Yeah, exactly. Have drafted 4 bills in his entire career.
His entire career of like a
Or
60-year career.
Some stupid shit like that.
Oh, it's low. It's real low. One of them was like just funding his fucking office in Vermont.
No, yeah, but honestly, I think that even if Hillary Clinton had won in 2016, it would have kind of been fine. Yeah, because I was thinking of making a Hitler joke earlier, but I really didn't want to associate my name with that.
Yeah, you didn't want to associate Hillary Clinton and Hitler. God forbid the fucking kill squad comes fucking knocking on your door.
No, but I think 4 years of Trump just accelerated the destruction of U.S. politics, like, more than it already was.
To get real for a second,
it's now just pure.
Let me interject. To get real for a second, I think Trump was simply a something that people didn't want. A lot of people just didn't want to hear at a time when they were getting very tired of politics, because we had just emerged from like a true post 9/11 world. Obama kind of flatlined things. Like, everything was like, okay, everything's stable, we're good, we don't need to do any drastic change, everything's smooth sailing. And then Trump comes in and he's like, I'm gonna come, and everybody freaks out.
Come.
Yeah.
Do not.
And everybody
come.
freaks out.
I'm gonna come.
And then I think the sole reason he didn't actually get reelected, disregarding all of the whether or not you think shit happened, I think the sole reason he didn't get elected is because people just got so fucking sick of hearing him talk. Whether or not it was the incorrect out of place sound clips, I think people just really didn't want to hear him anymore, and that's why I don't think he'll ever come back. No,
I agree entirely. We've been fatigued eternally from the Donald Trump name, except for the people who aren't. And the people who aren't are weird. People that I'm really not enthusiastic that I share genes with.
It's so weird. These people who, like, you still see these flag. Like, I see the flag change like every other week, where it's like, Trump, take America back. Trump, we're coming for him. Trump 2024, make America greater.
I've seen a lot of them like on cars.
It's over, bro. Relax.
Well, I don't think it's even him who's propelling it.
Oh, no, it's not just him.
People who want him.
I think he's
for some reason, or want like a version of him that they think he is, which is just not true.
I really want someone to not convince him to join, because I think he himself is probably thinking, man, I don't want any part of this anymore. Whereas, like, other people are, like, probably leaning over his shoulder going, like, do it, come on, we need you to do it.
That's why all of his rhetoric is, I'm fucking done. Take the vaccine and, like, let me jerk off with my Secret Service guys in peace.
Well, yeah, he already was with the vaccine. Homie, he made the vaccine.
Well, but like, he's just symbolically being, like towing the line.
He's being an ex-president. Like they all do.
Yeah, I'm just done. I have no say. Joe Biden's doing a great job.
Yeah, like if we went and looked for Obama wherever the hell he is, he'd probably say the same thing. He'd be like, "Oh, get the vaccine."
Oh yeah.
Mr. Biden's doing a great job.
Well, that's what he said when Trump got in.
Yeah, he's like, I hope he does a good job.
Yeah,
kissed him on the lips last night.
He's doing great or something.
I ate a hot dog, no chili.
Did you know, my fellow Americans, that Nathan's hot dogs? It's gonna be hard to believe this, but Nathan's hot dogs are made of gorilla meat.
Oh, it's racist.
And I think no, it's not. What do you mean?
Calling Obama gorilla meat, man?
I wasn't saying literal gorillas. Are you not familiar with this conspiracy theory?
What is this?
That Nathan's hot dogs are made of
what is this?
Gorilla meat. So deep in the depths of Coney Island, there's a company called Nathan's Hot Dogs. You might have seen them around upstate New York. I know I have seen them before.
I have not. Are you clicking a pen right now? Can you stop?
Oh, that's just my fingernails.
Stop doing that.
Sure.
Fucking dog ass. You got fucking gorilla fingernails right now. Anyway.
Nathan's Hot Dogs has been seen taking gorillas into the back of their restaurants.
What?
And then people have occasionally, found incriminating things inside of their Nathan's hot dogs, such as gorilla teeth, gorilla nipples, gorilla fingernails, etc. in their hot dogs.
Yeah?
And it's a whole thing. Yeah. Nathan's Hot Dogs is made of gorilla meat.
Is this like Soylent Green is made of people? What is this?
I mean, it's true. But I think we're done here. Is what I'm saying. And Nathan's Hot Dogs uses gorilla meat.
Don't
That's
no,
the
Nathan's
mental
Hot
breakdown
Dogs uses
stands.
all kosher beef.
No,
All kosher beef
they don't
franks.
claim that they're kosher.
Well,
Franks
all
starts
Nazi
jacking
beef
off.
franks. All Nazi. What's the opposite of kosher? I don't know.
Of stuff, yeah, it's Nazi. I
mean,
think.
Nazism isn't even the antithesis of Zionism. It's the same fucking thing, it would seem.
Well, yeah, but shut up. Can't say that.
I'm about to get killed by Mossad, BRB.
Yeah, watch out.
Better
I
click
think
clack
we're
a
done.
couple car bombs. I'm out of here.